to round out our understanding of machine learning, we have a couple lessons left. One of them looking at a slightly more sophisticated model that we can use on the example that we've been working on, as well as a miniature introduction to machine learning competitions, which is really one of the foundational things you can also do on the Kaggle platform as well. Let's head over to this random forest lesson. This is lesson 6. It's an overview of what we did before. We used a decision tree regressor, which was similar to our example. And that's a very simple model. It's great for beginners. But there are other models out there. There's libraries and huge numbers of machine learning models that can be used. A similar model type to regression trees is something called random forests. And random forests are a model which is a little more complex. We won't go into too much detail of exactly how or why, but in general, it's a model which is creating lots and lots of trees or decision trees, and it's using the best combination of decision trees to create the most accurate results. So there's some optimization happening in the model itself, which helps us get better results than what we saw in the previous model type, which was just regular old tree regressors. Let's go back to our example. Of course, this chunk of code, all the lines of code in here probably are familiar based on the previous lessons. We'll go ahead and run those. It's also importing the pandas library. We're going to import scikit-learn, various scikit-learn things in this next line of code, which includes the random forest regressor. We're defining, we're training the model, we are predicting, and we are doing the evaluation. You can see here that the result here for our error rate is 191,000, which is less than the 250,000 error rate that we were getting in the previous modeling type. What happened is that random forest regressor versus decision tree regressor is doing a better job at predicting. You're getting a lower evaluation error rate for your validation data set due to the increase in complexity and usefulness of random forest regressors. Random forest regressors are really useful. I usually use them the first time I do any sort of modeling. It's a very good all-purpose sort of modeling technique. Then based on that, you can go to other types of models, which we'll talk about a little bit in upcoming lessons and definitely in future courses. So yeah, try random forest modeling in the exercises to solidify this understanding if you'd like. And then before we close things out, there is another lesson here, which is all about machine learning competitions. And I'll just touch on this very quickly, but you can investigate this yourself. There is an in-class competition for people that took this course, and it's housing prices competition. Basically, it shows you how to create a model, create a prediction like we just did, and submit that prediction into a competition to see how well your prediction compares to other people who have used other models, who have used other types of features and processes and different things like that. You can learn how to create a submission to the Kaggle competition if you'd like to, and I'll cover this a bit more in some upcoming lessons as well.